Hey, look, I'm working. Welcome to a little bit of a different cup of Joe today. I decided just to set this up and run with it. Um, and I do have coffee. But basically, one of the reasons my video publishing schedule gets um, knocked out of place sometimes is just I'm trying to juggle so many things. And I typically, well, I'll always prioritize during the day. Um, and since right now, Coffee Lovers TV, Cup of Joe stuff is just something I enjoy doing. I like to add, a little extra value. It doesn't, like, I don't make money off of this or anything like that. It's just, it's just something extra I want to do alongside, and with the business, obviously. And I think that it'll prove to be really cool in the long run. But sometimes it does get bumped off the table. So like right now we've got CoffeeCon coming up in 10 days, a little more than 10 days, 11 days actually. And I'm not really listening to anything. And so I'm working on like editing videos for that and getting ready to putting together the Coffee Lovers magazine booth that's going to be at the show, and all that sort of thing. So um, I did take some notes for the show today. Oh, that was that one. Wrong page. But you know, the I just recorded a video actually, that I have to do at the table with the setup, because that was on Anchorhead, one of Anchorhead's coffees. They gave me a really delicious holiday blend, and I was gonna do a video on that right after Christmas. And then I got sick, which I mentioned in the Cup of Joe a couple weeks ago. So I tried to do that show right after Christmas, but I got sick and I couldn't do it then because I couldn't taste anything. Anyways, I finally got to recording it today. One thing I really do need to do is get better at organizing my audio and video files. Uh, that is something I am not terribly good at yet. I'm usually moving pretty quickly, editing lots of different videos together and trying to do that as quickly as possible. One of the challenges with all this is, obviously I have to create a lot of things in the business. I got to create the magazine, got to create the videos for the show and the podcast and promotional stuff. I have to create all of those things, but the creation of those things doesn't do anything directly to build the business. And the best expenditure of my time is working on building the business. Though obviously I need those things in order to do that. So, but that means I tend to move as quickly as possible through the creation phase, so that I can spend as much time as possible on the business building phase. Right now, I'm trying to find. So what I'm putting together at the moment is a little promotional video that will be up probably about the same time this thing goes up. Although the promotional video I'm putting up won't go up the same day on YouTube as this one. I'm not going to put two videos up the same day. But this is mainly for promoting on Facebook, and it's a little walkthrough of the Armory and Seattle Center that I did with Jesse over at Condo Coffee. We just decided, hey, let's show off this cool space that everyone's going to be enjoying coffee in really soon. So we went over there and we did this little walkthrough video, and I really need to put that together as soon as possible, and get it out there. And unfortunately, the day I recorded, we did all this recording, and then I had a bunch of other stuff to do, so I didn't get around to getting back to my computer, offloading all the files and organizing them. So now I'm going through my memory cards, trying to dig out the appropriate video and audio files. This, by the way, is the Anchorhead coffee that the video will go up. I'll try to put it up Wednesday. See how that goes. It's actually really good. And I think it fits really well as a holiday blend. But you'll see more about that on the video. It's a little bit different than you might think for a holiday blend, but it's they did an interesting job with it. I'm not saying that just because I like them. I've got this interesting phenomenon that I'm going to run into. One of my goals with doing the video sort of not promotional, but the video portraits, I guess I call them, of the coffees. I've always been trying to avoid coffee reviews because everything's so subjective, and I try to make a point of making it clear that I understand that my taste reaction to everything is subjective. To me, it's more about showing you the kind of experiences that I can enjoy from that, and also trying to help you understand why coffees are described and explained the way they are. Which is like, that's one of the biggest rifts, because I think when you don't drink a lot of specialty coffee and you see a coffee and it has this bizarre taste description on it, and you go, watermelon, yeah, right, then it can be hard to get into it, because the taste can end up sounding pretentious. And the challenge is that the general approach is that it's not like these coffees like taste like, it's not like that coffee that is described as watermelon. It's not like it tastes like watermelon. It's that whoever wrote that description tasted the coffee and it instantly reminded them of watermelon, because there's something there that overlaps. And that's really the case with it, because we're still drinking, it's still a extraction of flavors from a roasted pit of a fruit. And the closest relation to, the closest like physical relation, I guess, is something, is either, well, actually, like chocolate might be the closest relation in terms of if you make a hot cocoa, because it's almost the same thing, although maybe that's not quite right. I'm going to say tea, because in tea you take leaves or flowers or whatever they're using to make the tea, and they're often toasted to a certain degree, and then you steep them in water to extract the flavor compounds, and boom, tea. So coffee's a lot like tea in the mechanical production aspect of making the drink, that is, not of roasting the coffee. I'm kind of going on a tangent there. I've been just waiting for these audio files to transfer. I'm not going to ramble on during this whole editing. I suppose I could do a live broadcast of me like working sometime, but I think that would be boring. I don't know. If you want me to live broadcast me working on the magazine or videos or something like that, hit below. I can always set up a live broadcast and just chat randomly with people. I can also live broadcast brewing coffee. I've thought about doing that. Those seem like they'd be really short, which I guess is fine. Like 5 minutes, I suppose, of a live broadcast to brew some coffee. Could be fun. Could talk about some stuff. I'm just looking for more ways to engage on all the different platforms, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm on both of those, Coffee Lovers Mag. You can find me there. The Instagram so far, everything I posted is not, I'm still kind of experimenting with that. Ideally, I would have a huge variety of like beautifully made photographs of coffee, but I just don't have the time or the space or the resources to put that together. And so I'm kind of doing a different approach of these sort of, motivational, conceptual type images, which I can take images. I can take a lot of images I've done, a lot of images other people have done, and add an idea to it, sort of meme style, and a lot of people seem to like that sort of thing. So I've kind of been looking at going that route on Instagram. Um, Although I haven't been posting as much recently, but that's about to change. The same with on the stories. The Instagram stories are all me. That's pretty much all live. So I've been trying to get back into the habit of doing that, um, and I'll be doing some more of that. And there's live video on Instagram as well. Same thing with Snapchat. Snapchat's new to me, so I'm still getting into that platform and figuring out what I can make for it that's interesting and engaging. In the end, it is just coffee, but coffee's what I do. So I guess I should live broadcast my morning coffee, shouldn't I? We'll see how that goes. Anyways, that's all from me for this video. Thank you for joining me at my desk, my workstation, and we'll see you next week. I'll either do one in my chair as usual, or if things get super busy, I'll just keep popping back and doing these. But I want to make sure that I keep making a cup of joe every week because I enjoy doing that. And I hope you do as well. Please do subscribe and comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Any thoughts, questions you have on coffee or not coffee, or what I'm doing, or what the heck this is, or who the hell is that guy on the screen and why am I watching him? Love to hear from y'all, and hope you have a great week.